Hi, I'm Tammy Greene, owner of Jazz Diva Entertainment and also Executive Director of the Jazz Diva Foundation. I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and if you know anything about Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, you'll know it's a big music town. A lot of the sound of Philadelphia, Gamble and Huff, Teddy Pendergrass, so there was always a lot of music in my household. And I grew up with 5 brothers, so it's myself, and I'm next to the youngest, and 5 other brothers in the family. Promoter was never a part of my career path. I loved just meeting people, being around people, giving information, which I think led to my teaching career, which is corporate training at the company which actually brought me to Charlotte, the Vanguard Group. We're going to start right at about page 121. I started teaching or training, corporate training, when I worked at the Vanguard Group. But one day, just before I turned 40, I said, you know, I want to take that leap of faith and do the things that make me happy. Just always think of this as a way of generating cash to get the project started. So when I left the company and left corporate America, I started working part-time as a contractor at Central Piedmont Community College. Still teaching finance, the Series 7, the FINRA Series 7, so I feel like I've trained half of the people in Charlotte in the banking industry for their broker's license. You want to give them the best spreadsheet, a professional looking spreadsheet where they can analyze the data that you put together. I teach at the Urban League of Central Carolinas. I teach computer operations. So people who are underemployed or unemployed or who want to enhance their skills, I teach them Microsoft Office. Municipal debt, The great part about teaching at CP on a contract basis is that I can teach when my schedule permits. So I can schedule ahead of time when I'd like to teach and then say, well, I have something else I need to do, and that's when I can promote concerts outside of teaching. So it's a great balance. It wasn't until I met friends who opened a jazz venue, and I said, oh, this is my chance to work with different artists. I said, can I book the entertainment? And they said, of course you can. And that's actually how my promotional career started, just really working with different artists. And they had a great time every time they came to Charlotte. They said, wow, this is awesome, and you do an awesome job at promoting events. And it just took off from there. Welcome to Bull & Barrister. My name is Tammy Greene, and I'm the organizer of the Carolina Jazz Friends. Where are my Carolina Jazz Friends at? The first thing I would suggest for a promoter is to start small, especially if you don't have startup money. If you don't have startup money, it's best to start with what you have. There are theaters that hold maybe 100 people, and they don't cost much. They may cost about $200 to get the theater. And so once you get the theater, of course you need to book the artist. So there are different booking agents out there who specifically work in jazz or rock or country, whatever it is that you have an interest in, and you talk to the booking agent on, well, how much will it cost to get that person to Charlotte? So of course you'll have to think about their flight, their food, what type of backline or instruments they'll need. So all of those things go into planning for a show. So I would say really between $500 and $1,000. I could say that marketing, and because there's not a 24-hour jazz station here in Charlotte or on the East Coast for that matter, it makes jazz very hard to promote. So always trying to find ways to keep the word out there and get the word out there is always my challenge. And that's why I started working as a volunteer at 91.7 WSGE. So they gave me a small jazz show from 10 to 1 on Sundays. And then WGIV also offered me a position to do a jazz show from 3 to 6. It's the Jazz Diva, Tammy Greene, with your Sunday soundtrack until 6 p.m. And yes, I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, but that doesn't start until 6 p.m.
103.3 FM.
In order to be successful with jazz, you need to get the music to the people. People need to hear the new music, find out what's out there. The only way you can do that is if people are listening to the radio. I have over 3,000 people on my Facebook page, over 3,000 friends, email addresses. I have texting, Twitter, over 1,000 on Twitter. And I actually have people that reach out to me now from all over.
Ready for the show?
I am actually. For some reason I have just a little nerves because I guess Al's such a legend.
Yeah.
So this is huge for me. Oh, okay.
She has so much of a desire to please the people of Charlotte and the Carolinas, which is really where her want is, to really continue to focus on jazz in the Carolinas and make us keep us in the forefront.
I'm very
Do you know Tammy personally?
No, I don't know her personally, but I feel like I do. It's been really nice coming from Virginia, where we're kind of used to the cool jazz festival, and having it here in Charlotte has been wonderful. Absolutely. One of the best things that's happening in Charlotte today.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. Are you ready for outro? Listen, we'll be coming to the stage in just a few minutes. Thank you. I know, I saw you out there.
It's a lovely night.
Yes.
People.
Yes,
They love you. Love you. And I love you.
Charlotte. I love it in Charlotte.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
I love it. It's
Will you
wonderful.
rest yourself for a little bit?
Yeah, I'm going to take a little minute.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Al Jarreau.
All right.
Getting here tonight and seeing just the spectacular production, spectacular concert, and seeing that my little sister's behind it, it's just amazing. And our mom, who passed away a couple of years ago, being extremely proud.
During the Al Jarreau concert, I thought back to that first concert of mine because I saw many people in the audience who were there for my first concert, and they said, I've been following you since the Jazz Cafe. You always put on classy events. That is the best part, but it feels great to know, wow, I'm actually building something, and this is something that's actually catching on. Yes, I would. I love it. I'd do it all over again because there's so many different things that I've learned, and I wish I'd have known in the beginning, to cut down on the mistakes and cut down, but I guess you really do need the mistakes sometime because it only helps you grow. They're learning lessons because there's so many learning lessons I've had working as a promoter, and thank goodness I made it through. But it's a challenge, but of course I would do it all over again.